Welcome back to Tracas of Crisia. Last time you met with the two thieves, and rather than just sort of straight up attacking them, you've decided to try and converse with them, find out what they're trying to achieve, what they're doing, what they're up to. You learned they basically just want teeth because they look nice in them. You've then decided to go back into town and see if you can somehow put the means together for the town to sort of ship his waste teeth, essentially, to these creatures. And while you've got the mayor on board, you've yet to kind of solidify the deal with the creatures themselves. The last thing that sort of happened is you've just visited the smith in this town, Vinny's Forge, and had a mallet made. And Agata went in, basically to flirt with the owner, to which he rolled a check. After which, Agata does come out of the shop. She looks a little bit flushed, but we're gonna go out later.
You good?
Yeah. Let's just go.
I just want to remind the DM, just because this happened off screen, I did give a bardic inspiration for that. So just checking that.
The roll that happened that we did at the end of the last session did have all that incorporated.
Okay, cool.
So,
checking it.
That's fine. So yeah, you've exited the forge, the smith. Anything? What's next?
What time is it?
So you're
mid-morning.
Yeah,
like late morning.
Yeah, because you had a long rest and then you decided to start talking to people.
Yep, that was it. We probably want to go broker that deal with the shrooms. I'm trying to think that. Yeah, we've sorted it out with the town, haven't we? Mayor's sorting all that out. So
We got the hammer. So on our way out, we will grab one or two guards to come with us to the point to point out where they are comfortable dropping teeth off at, so we know where a drop-off point would be.
Yeah. So obviously, you saying this to them, they do call the mayor to make sure that it's all above board. Well, They call the captain, who talks to the mayor, and so it takes a bit of time for the communications to happen, because obviously you've only just spoken to the mayor, so there hasn't been disseminated down yet. But everything gets checked off, and I'll just say, now, you take some guards with you. And they do give you a nice spot. It's still within eye shot of the place, but it's a good distance out.
Are there markers for it?
No, but
we can make
they could, but they don't want to kind of do any of that because it will all just get ruined anyway. With again, just all sorts of business coming through, cards coming through, people coming through, creatures coming through. But they have a good idea, 50 steps that way, sort of thing. They'll have a approximate area, right? That they'll put it in. So yeah, but it is sort of where the front, because obviously the guards are posted at the front, so that's where it will be, just sort of further down the thing. But they said what they'll do. Obviously, they'll do it sort of after the trades of all, the merchant routes have all happened, because they don't tend to travel at night because that's dangerous. So sort of once things have calmed down, so more in the evening, so like sort of 10 p.m. they'll kind of, do that in the evenings. Obviously the dark vision types will do it. They're happy with that. They sort that out with you.
I think after they leave.
Do we want to put something here, just to mark it, to explain to the mushroom people where to go?
I'm sure they better figure it out. We can take them to here, and here's probably good enough.
That is true.
They find teeth throughout the city.
That is the point.
And I was just
while we are making this deal, perhaps we should leave our sack of teeth here, as this is where the teeth are, and they can find it the first time with us.
Yeah, I think it would be wise to have a couple in hand as well. But yes, leave some here.
Are you not still holding your 5 teeth from last time?
I think it would be good to come back with slightly more.
Just remember that you have learned that they want fresh teeth. You don't necessarily know how fresh the ones you have are. So even if you have, I think you've got 16 left, because you had 20, you gave 4. You don't know how many of those 16 are actually good for them.
We got a whole bunch more as well in the other bag.
Oh yeah, sure. You got
Yeah.
another. Oh yeah, that's true. And so you got another 10. So you got 26 at the moment. But
If
then
we
like,
were
you can
to
kind of say
sit-
that those 16 probably aren't fresh anymore because it's been a day. So realistically, you've only got those 10.
All right. Okay. So maybe we leave like the bag of the 10,
Mhm.
and we take our slightly less impressive teeth with us,
Yeah, sure.
just as distractions.
Yeah, you can leave your bag of 10. You end up back to the guys. You will find actually that
Before we get up to the actual places we're sort of approaching. So,
yeah, they are all there still. They're all just kind of still congregating around the area they were before. So what do you want to do?
so the deal with agreeing with them is that every day they'll be able to get tea from that location. In return, they don't go into the town. Is there anything else we want to negotiate here?
Shall we try and get them coins back? I mean, if they are only using it to try and hammer the teeth in, they wouldn't have a use for the coins, right?
If when we give them the mallet, we say the mallet is for the coins as a trade.
You broke the coins when they were using them, did they not? They probably don't have any left.
Because we melted down, right? And we used metal's
Yeah.
metal.
Because when they showed them to you, they weren't like broken, like they weren't split or anything. They were kind of like all bent out of shape. So yeah, if you probably took them to a forge, they could probably like buff them back. Not buff them, but they could probably get them back to what they need to be.
Thordas would want to try and see if he could just like bend a coin back in shape.
Well, you'd have to get to them first, but yeah, you
Yeah.
can try. But yeah, because like I said, I'll remind you again. You would to technically achieve the bounty, you would need to provide proof of some kind that you've stopped the problem.
Ooh, how could we?
Just
Well, the
agree as a
coins, the
certain
coin,
amount
the
of time.
coins.
Coins could do.
Well, the coin. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, the latest it would probably be proved is when the next child loses a tooth. Nothing happens, but that could be in a few days' time.
Sorry,
but
I've got the image of us trying to speed that up by taking a tooth out of a child. Sorry.
You could. There is that option, yeah. But obviously, yeah, you taking the coins back because he did lose the coins could in theory be seen as proof. Because how else would you have got those coins back?
Because then the only other choice would be to somehow have them right. But then it'll be the thing of they'll be writing in Goblin, and then all it'll be is Hrugguhl being like, "Oh yeah, they totally said that they're not going to come back in."
When you comprehend languages, it's written languages as well, right?
Yes.
We could get them to write, and I could give him the potion.
The question is, can they write?
Yeah, that's a
Also a
good
good
question.
point.
Like, look, picture their hands. Picture their hands grabbing and writing instructions.
Yeah, no, I'm getting the issue here.
I mean, if they can hold a hammer, they hold like a rock.
They have,
they're
they
gonna-
have some feasible way of holding a rock.
What happens if they can't hold
Delicacy
the
of the-
mallet?
They might also not have the
They hold
concept of-
rocks.
They can, if they can hold a rock, they can hold a mallet, even if it's by like the head part of the mallet.
They can fix a bike. And if they can fix a bike, they can fix a helicopter.
Oh my god.
And then they could be for the Royal Navy.
helicopter.
Wow.
Astra, what the
You don't
fuck are you on about? What's a helicopter?
No,
Yeah.
we're not going down to that point in the time.
I mean,
I'll explain
technically, you
later.
haven't. You. I'm trying to think. Actually, you would have seen them try to pick up the
like a
teeth that you
non-thing.
dropped, right? Because you dropped some teeth, which they then picked up. So I can kind of explain how they pick things up. Because the way I've described it, their sort of arms is like they're more like stubs. They're almost like a flat circle. But what ends up happening is when they pick stuff up, is like the edges of the circle kind of like close in like this from the edges. So there's kind of like a circular grab. Does that make sense? Like a
Yeah.
circular sort of cup
Yeah.
around what they're grabbing. So that's
It's
how they
almost like it's transforming into a Lego hand.
kind of, but it's all the way around.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that's kind of how they're grabbing stuff, basically. for context.
So is it going to be the same things before? Hrugguhl and Sebastian going up there?
You'll go, right?
Yeah.
Have them two go up first. Explain that they have friends that would like to join on in,
Agreed.
and then if they say yes, we can come along. If they say no, we stay back.
Oh,
Yeah.
and before we go up,
You will have the presence and the persuasiveness of a cute kitten.
and a tiny kitten walks out from my ankles and then just starts like doing that kitten thing of rubbing up against you around your ankles.
As we're walking up, you can see Hrugguhl. No, this is the most nervous you've ever seen Hrugguhl.
God.
Like when we were going to like fights before, he didn't look bothered. He looks nervous.
Okay.
Biting a giant bird, easy. Chatting to mushrooms.
Just gonna.
It is easier if you just picture you are speaking to friends. Maybe imagine them in their underwear, although they're already in their underwear. This is very difficult. Do they have underwear? Would they wear underwear? I am lost in a confusing thought. I apologize. Lo siento. Just don't look at them at all. Look through them. Speak as if you were speaking to the darkness on your own, without any presence around you. Have no fear.
I just look at you with confusion. You've snapped him out of being concerned, and he's now just confused.
I'll take it.
So, obviously, as you walk up, they do see you.
Yeah, we have again hands sort of outstretched, open. Again, I've still got
Hola, mi
the knife-
amigos.
the knife in one of the wrists. hidden.
Ah, Pooperman, welcome.
Friend,
You have teeth?
we have teeth. Better. We have regular teeth, but deal.
What deal?
We have friends in town. Town prefer you don't go to town anymore, but you get regular teeth. Closer, better.
Teeth here?
Teeth near. I show you teeth. We also have a couple of friends nearby. Can we get friends here?
They have teeth?
No, teeth near, not here.
Waiting teeth.
So we can come follow us. We bring you to teeth. Teeth close. Teeth better. Regular teeth. But you need to stop going to town. You cannot keep going to town. But you get teeth.
We go where teeth we find.
But would you prefer teeth close? You can only keep getting teeth put close and more if you don't go to town. You go to town, you get less teeth.
Let's see. If find teeth near, get teeth near.
That can work. Yes.
Show teeth near.
Okay. I'm walking backwards. I'm still I'm still not fully prepared to completely turn my back on these guys, but I'm sort of backing away. Or I keep going.
My hands are really rested, and I'm just like,
You were doing a lot of hand motions. Are you okay? Was that clear enough for them? Do they need like a map? Oh, they're
now,
following.
right.
Okay, they're following. Great.
I think I see them moving. We haven't been told anything. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Hide.
I'll just quickly do this. I'm just like, it's fine. Just walk ahead. Walk to the teeth point.
Okay.
Walk to Tooth's point.
Astra's going to wild shape into a spider, and
Okay.
goes to where they were.
Interesting.
It'll take time, obviously, because the spider's longer. I want to basically
we're still
sneak. I
walking
want to
quite
go get the coins, basically, because if they're not,
Oh, bollocks.
Because if
Yeah,
they're leaving it all
interesting.
behind,
Okay.
didn't think for that. Didn't think about that, did you, Sonny?
Oh, I have. It's just interesting.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot about the hammer.
All right.
I was going to mention hammer when we get to the teeth,
Well, you
so they can
yeah,
try
still,
out.
yeah, obviously, because you still haven't technically left yet. So obviously, if you want to keep talking to these guys, you can. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could talk in transit. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Astra is going to stay
I thi-
behind. Then at least check out what's staying behind.
As we're walking, I'm just nudging him in the kneecap, nudging you in the kneecap.
Have we mentioned the mallet so that they don't need the coins anymore?
Good point. I kind of forgot. We will talk. We can negotiate that when we get to the teeth. That's a
Maybe
big-
mention we have a tool for them to use instead of rock.
You think that's better now?
I think it's better to mention it now and to show them when we have the teeth.
Okay. I turn around and go back to talking to them.
Yep.
Also, better than coin, we have something better for getting teeth in. But
Replace rock.
we can replace the rock. We can get, rather than getting not needing coins, we can give you hammer rock, special rock on stick. Could we give you that and we could take the coins? You don't need the coins. Useless. This much better. You can test first.
You have tooth to test.
At the place. We can
Going
talk about
to
it
tooth.
at the place. Let's keep going to tooth.
But yeah,
Okay.
me and Agatha will make sure we are ahead.
Yeah.
Way ahead of them. And then once we get to the tube spot, we will try and go for a place that is a pretty decent hiding spot, but it's still close enough to the group.
Can we see you guys? Do we know what you guys are up to?
I suppose they would have left way earlier in advance, right? As they saw you guys
So-
coming down. So
No,
probably no.
I don't think we would.
I would
I
have
don't
thought.
think
okay,
everyone's
fine.
traveling.
I
I
mean,
mean,
we'll
these guys,
pretty slowly.
these guys, they would be following whatever pace you were. But yeah,
I wouldn't have moved quickly.
No, nor would I.
And
I
don't
I think as we
like,
know the location, we would get there semi-quickly, but try and keep them still within eye shot.
so obviously because it's about 10-ish minutes away. So what I'm going to do is Astra. So everyone's gone.
Yep.
You're the only one left.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I'm curious about what is left behind.
Okay. All right. So you find that two things you find. You find the broken, like the bent out of shape coins. You have a fairly sizable pile of them. You could probably see around about 15 coins, all bent and broken and so on and so forth. But you also see that they have a pile of, for better word, junk in another corner, full of stuff. Now it's obviously up to you whether you investigate that pile of stuff.
Sure.
But okay, are you still a spider?
Yes.
Right. So you have to roll me investigation as a spider.
Do you keep
you
your
can crawl
brain?
through all the nooks and crannies.
Oh, Druids keep their intelligence.
I just look at this. I could just look at the sheet.
They do
you
keep
mean.
their stats, but they don't. I don't think they keep their proficiencies.
Investigation.
I think.
That is a 11.
So you can't really see much of interest in there. It's kind of just like it's mostly just broken assortment of rubbish. Really, you can't really tell like sort of household items, cups, and ornaments and things like that. Bits of clothes like hats and stuff. Like nothing. You can't really see of anything of real interest.
Is it like? Are they like generic cups and things, or are they like? Could they be like ornaments? Because that could be something of sentimental value.
Yeah, from what you can tell, they just seem to be like standard tankards and stuff. Like
Oh.
nothing particularly. Nothing particularly fancy here, from what you can find.
And it's just those 2 piles, nothing.
Yeah.
Else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll revert back to thingy, and I'll we'll go to Hrugguhl. There's nothing of aside from the coins. There's nothing of major note here. I'll leave the coins here, but I'll just so I don't spoil any deal. But I'm going to stay in this area just in case anything else of interest comes back.
Got it.
Good luck.
Right. Thank you.
So, obviously, you get to your meeting space. The guards are obviously can see you because that was the whole point of it. But they're not. They're obviously trusting you because you guys are trackers, so they're not doing anything yet. But yeah, they will follow you to the spot, and they'll wear teeth.
Teeth here, and I point to where it is. Now, here's the deal. Nice people bring teeth daily here, and in return, you stay here, you don't go to town. You go to town, you no longer get teeth here. Sound good?
What about no rock?
I start by pulling. I take one of the smaller hammers first.
Mhm.
Start with that one. This good getting teeth in, better than coin. If you like, could we have coin? You'd keep this. You'd have. Gift.
Test first.
Agreed. I'll let them sort through the teeth.
Yeah. So they all go there, and this was the fresh one, right? The fresh 10.
Yeah, this is the fresh
So,
one. I've
so
got
they
the
have a
others
look.
just in case, but
So they go for that. They obviously find the teeth that they find teeth that they like in there because it was it was like that day. So they obviously take some of the teeth out because I think it was still attached to the skull when you got it.
Yeah.
Or at least the jaw. So they sort of take one out carefully. They use the small one, and because it's small, what they do, they grab it like at the sort of bottom of the handle, and they try basically to hammer it in, which they are able to do quite well, and they obviously don't break the tooth doing it. Fancy rock, good. No need
that's
coin.
not good. No need coin.
All right, so it is time for a persuasion. To see, you will definitely get advantage on
Brilliant.
this. I would imagine. I know Arthur's not here, but I would imagine he'd be giving you bardic inspiration for this.
Yeah, he gave it to me on the way up. I've still got that
Okay.
going on me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Astra's not there to give you guidance.
I mean, it's at a
faith.
distance anyway. Okay. Okay, the first roll's okay. Second's worse, but that's okay. That was 15 plus 1. 16.
That's 116. Okay.
And I've got the d6 if I fail.
Okay, and I think you're all right because
Yes.
you've laid it on pretty well. Like you've given them
Everything
Yeah.
I wanted.
pretty steady supply. You've told them exactly where it's going to be. You've shown it to them as well, and they weren't attacked as well. So obviously, you've proven it to them. You've let them prove the hammer. So I think with the 16, plan good.
Plan good.
Like plan.
Like plan 2. Could we take coin? You no need coin. You have fancy rock.
Come home, we give thanks.
Thanks.
So they'll take you back.
So what's happening? Are they killing us? Do they like us? What's happened?
I think it's working.
Amazing, Hrugguhl.
We're not going to
Muy
be
bien.
killed.
I assume
think-
Astra has sort of hidden somewhere, or
Yeah,
just like
Yeah, so like they would have perused, make sure that
Mhm.
nothing else came, nothing of interest happened while everyone was away.
nothing happened. You're all
Cool,
right.
yeah, then as they were coming
Thordas?
back, they would. hide again, and then try and.
It's going to
rejoin
get in
back up.
contact with Hrugguhl saying, "We good? Are we good? Or
We're good. We're good. They said they're going to
So-
give thanks a place, but just in case, still don't leave us. But I think good.
Okay. So Thordas is going to get the attentions of the guards and then just give 2 big thumbs up.
Nice. They just give you they give you an approving nod, and you can hear that you can see that they're talking to someone now on the long com.
And then Thordas will start at a distance with Agatha going back to their hidden spot.
Cool. All right. So they obviously bring you back. Gift coin you have. We no need. So they give you a pile of basically silver coins that are all sort of bent and twisted. There's about 15 of them. So you've got 15 twisted or bent silver coins. You can see them sort of muttering, the sort of one in charge mutters to one of the other ones. And he goes to their pile of junk. And you can see them rummaging around the pile of junk. You friend, we give friend, gift. And he brings back this fancy looking pipe.
Sorry.
I'll send you a
It's a
picture of
fancy looking pipe.
fancy looking pipe.
Puff, puff, pass.
Is it a flute?
No, it's a pipe as in like smoking pipe.
Oh, smoking pipe, mother shot. Damn.
You have
Huh.
it nice, look like bone and look like teeth.
Thank.
I would have found that.
Oh,
If
shit.
you'd lied to me.
It was kind of like in there. So and that's what your investigation for, which was not high enough. You could have rolled more, but then you would have gone. You run the risk being caught. So yeah, they give you this thing. You can obviously tell it's a magic item of sorts, but you don't really know what.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just really grateful and taking it. I'm still focusing mainly my eyes on them.
I'll check that out later.
We'll look at it later. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank.
Yeah, and they sort of they just thank you.
Gracias. Right.
And they start sort of muttering to each other. You can tell that they're all like trying to now figure out what they're going to do. Now they don't have to do all these things, and they're just there now. What do they do now? But they are very excited. You can tell. They can tell they're very excited though. Not like they're making schemes. Just in case. They are.
in my head,
they are
I've just
very
got-
excited.
I
They,
came here.
we've lost their purpose in life, and now they're
No,
just
no,
going to
no.
get lazy. And
Well, who knows how that's going to pan out in the end? But at least for now, they are very excited about the prospect of basically getting all what they want without any work. Yeah.
I look at Sebastian. I look back to them and go, "See you soon, friend. Seeds of Crisia."
Oh, this is that one. Good man.
They look at you a bit confused, but yes.
Name.
Seeds of Crisia.
Collective name.
They still don't understand what you're talking about.
It's okay.
Yes,
Good.
shut it.
Friend.
Marketing. You've really got to
Fine.
work on your linguistics when it comes to marketing.
They don't understand a word you're saying.
And I slowly back away.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, they don't obviously pursue or anything, so you are safe.
Hrugguhl, this is good. You've taught me a lesson. We need to think about our propaganda and our marketing and make sure that it is multilingual.
And once we
important.
get out of sight, Hrugguhl's just going to start running around just to try and burn off that energy.
Oh my gosh, you are like a tiny schoolboy. Look at you go.
I would actually say that is normally one of them cat-like creatures that I normally see that have so much energy they just rush about. It's cute as hell. I'm not saying he's cute as hell running about like that. It's weird.
I mean, you're
But-
kind of saying it.
No.
It's okay, Thordas. You're allowed to say your opinions. Feel how your heart feels.
Wait,
No.
where's Astra?
I'm right here.
Oh, did you transform back? Sorry, I thought you were still spider away. Okay.
Good job, Hrugguhl. That's good negotiating.
Thank goodness.
He's done an excellent job. He deserves a round of drinks. Agata will agree.
I need a round of drinks.
Damn
So
straight.
we've
Let's
got.
head back to camp.
On
Can
our
I-
way,
You got-
just quickly, on our way, before we get there, before we get anywhere near the town,
Hrugguhl, can I see that pipe?
Oh, yes. I hand it over.
take out the
We were
pearl.
given this. They seem
Separate.
very excited to give it
What's
to
your
us.
casting time? It's 10. What's the normal thing?
10,
Is it
10 minutes,
plus.
Makes an action.
one action.
Well,
Is
it's
it
a,
an
no, it's a
action? Okay,
minute.
fine,
No, it's a
fine.
minute, isn't it?
Oh, it's a minute, so it's 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it 11
pretty-
minutes?
I
We
think
can
it's a
slow
minute
down
plus
for it.
10 for identify. Yeah. You said we're
Oh,
10
yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
You said we were 10 minutes away from the meeting spot.
You are, so yeah, you will. Yeah, you are. So you'll basically, you'll be in. You'll just have been in town by
Yeah.
the time you sort of finished.
Just
so I'll
go.
put you in the center for now.
Thordas, put me on your shoulders so I can focus on this. Please.
Thordas is just doing that.
Por favor, gracias.
Okay.
Lo comprendo.
Okie dokie. So what this is, it's called a pipe of smoke monsters. So basically, when you smoke the pipe using a magic action, you puff out smoke that can take the form of any creature. Like you can have their examples are a dragon, a flump, or a slard. So it can be, but it must be small enough to fit within a 1 foot cube, and it loses its shape after a few seconds. So it's like smoke rings, but way fancier,
It's Gandalf smoke rings. Got it.
basically.
Oh, great. We've got to bring vaping into the world of Crisia.
So yeah,
Mate, this is straight up pipe work. These are old
It's a-
cigars.
it's a
definitely.
common magic item.
Hold on. This could have been stolen from someone in this town.
I mean, it could,
No.
but also,
He makes a good point. We should return.
it's,
We can at
it's
least
really cool.
we can at least hand it. Look, let's put some stipulations on this. We can go to the mayor and say, look, we found this. If anyone's willing to claim it, then they're open to it. Otherwise, we're happy to take it back after a week. If so, no one claims
They have
it,
to
then
tell us what it does. No false claimsing. They
Yeah.
need to know exactly what it does.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't wait around a week for it.
No, well, we can give it to the mayor and trust that they're honorable enough to at least do that.
I don't really trust the man.
I've never met a politician I trust.
They can never be trusted.
Then why don't we do a deal with the city?
Because
Because
in the
I
mayor's
trust the
interest.
mayor to want to look good. That's what I trust the mayor
Well,
to
exactly. It's returning potentially a valuable item to a member of the public.
do. That's
It-
true. We
it's-
are
yeah.
also very fearsome, so I imagine he is afraid of us.
It's
I
worth.
just look at Sebastian.
I am not saying me, I am saying us as a collective.
Considering everything else that's happened, that's in the coins, it's possible that they've taken the pipe from someone else too. And it might look. Let's be
It's
real.
the right
It's
thing to do.
smoke creatures. Like aside from a cool gimmick, it's not going to really help us in fight.
Do you
We-
have
we
any
could-
idea what kind of show I can put on?
We could sell it
Sorry.
obviously at some point,
Sorry.
but I mean, showmanship. Agree. So,
I wouldn't mind it myself.
well, yeah, you can replace it with your from your cigar or your pipe. But it's worth a try. Just hand it in. Say if it's not back within a week, put it in our lockbox, and we'll pick it up.
But how would they have access to our box?
That's the bounty people. That's how the trackers know how to do that. They put shit on that stuff all the time.
Wait. Sebastian, you were saying previously that you were concerned that the mayor might end up taking credit for this whole thing. If we can
Oh,
get
no,
credit-
I am confident he is going to take credit for the whole thing.
But if the mayor can tell us who this belongs to and we give it to them, at least someone knows it was us.
That is true.
And the orphanage knows it was us.
I was going to say, Merrick.
I bet he's just going to take it for himself and claim all the credit.
Why don't we
agree.
just go back to the orphanage, we explain the situation, give them the coins, and then how about we donate it to the orphanage, and then let them decide what to do with it?
You cannot donate something that is not already yours, though, Thordas. I think that's the point we're kind of making here.
I mean, it was a gift, right?
Also, children don't need smoking pipes.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't
we
want
use it
to.
sell it to
we-
get coins.
We don't want that kind of image, Thordas, of giving drugs to children.
It's not drugs.
We're not giving it to the children, though. We're giving it to the old guy.
It's a smoking pipe. It is definitely drugs.
Yeah,
We're
but
not giving a
what
smoking
made you
pipe
think
to
that
children.
do you want to give the pipe to a child?
No.
Because I'm not planning on saying giving it to the child. I'm planning on giving it to the guy who orphanage thing, little kid thing.
Okay. Hold on. Rather than going through the mayor, who we don't entirely trust, why don't we go through the church, who tends to see and meet most of the population?
Sure.
They would have some idea.
They can't be trusted even. They're trusted even less.
Okay, Agata, I understand your stipulations, but let
It's
us
a
just...
Cerulean church, especially.
Agata, you don't have to go.
Hmm.
Why
We'll
don't
talk
we
to
sort of
them.
do a split off thing? Some of us go to the church to handle that thing, and the other goes to the orphanage and start handling that, and then we can all be as a group when we accept
And
that.
if the church don't know, we can also check with the pub or the inn. They will
Sure.
also meet many people.
Fine, the mayor can be the last resort if it's not clear.
See.
Agreed?
So who's going where? Well, I think Agata's obviously going to go to the orphanage. That's a given.
Astra will
Frodo's
go
gonna go to the
to the
orphanage.
church.
Sorry, Astra's going to the church.
I will go
Right.
with the church to us, with Astra.
Okay.
Orphanage.
Right. Which one should we do first? So the church is closer, so we'll do the church. I've obviously described this church already. It's a Cerulean church. You've been here. You'll most likely just end up going to the priest here, who was the male red dragonborn. Welcome.
Hi. We are coming into possession of this here pipe, and we're just wondering if you know of anybody. Looks very distinctive, and we're just wondering if you knew anybody who lost something like this recently in the last few months or so.
Oh, I don't know, but I would go talk to the guard. I'm sure the captain can sort that out.
Sure. Okay.
Is it usual that if you find an object missing, you tend to go to the guards? I suppose it makes sense. If you thought it was
Yeah.
stolen.
I mean, because someone would report to them that something's been taken, so they would know.
Yes, that actually is very reasonably common sense. Why did we not think of that?
We're not from here.
That's a good point. I take back all the words. Thank you for your common sense.
Sure. Well, I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Well, thanks.
Remember, Siri is the best.
Can I take some gumbo just before I go? I just know that one of my amigos would be a little bit upset about it, and I'd rather just take it while she's not here.
Yeah, sure.
Gracias.
They'll give you some.
Really
All right.
hungry.
Back to the orphanage. So yeah, you'll find Merrick in the sort of play area, sort of, trying his best to play with the kids. Fake playing with the kids. He's an old man. It's only so much he can really,
We're going to play the game where you have to run at me and I'm sitting on a bench.
Exactly. You get it. Yeah. But yeah, you'll find him there. Oh, sorry, kids. Gotta go talk to the trackers. But you carry on, and he'll very rapidly go to his office. Oh, thank God.
I wave to the kids as we go by, give them a smile.
Yeah, they give you little waves. Yeah, so you're in his office. Ah. So how'd it go? Is it done? He's still doing it? Find anything out?
Good news.
Hmm.
We managed to arrange something. We managed to arrange a deal between the town and the creatures. They're going to deposit teeth outside, and the creatures are not going to be coming back. And they were able to trade back these, and I pull the coins out.
Oh, wow.
They are a little damaged, but they are yours, and so they are all yours to take. And I hand them over and put them on the desk.
Well, I mean, technically only 4 of these are mine, but you know, we could take it as a donation. I'm sure. But thank you very much. This will prove very useful. I'll obviously have to get them sorted out, but I can do that.
You can recover some of the value.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you for that. I'm glad everything's all sorted out. I did get a letter from the mayor. Actually, I haven't read it yet. So it probably has something to do with that deal, I imagine.
I'd imagine.
But that's good news. Well, in that case, then, well, I guess the bounty's a success. Congratulations. Thank you. You've been a pleasure to work with.
The thieves of Crisia were happy to help.
Oh, indeed. Well, I'll be sure to let people know that, you know, that you guys helped us out.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah. So he obviously thanks you. Obviously, you would have to hand the bounty in to get your payment and everything. So.
Yeah. Are you okay for us to wait here while we wait for our friends?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm sure the kids will enjoy having someone else to play with.
Oh yeah, Thordas is already there. He's already playing with the kids. He's sort of like doing the whole thing where they swing off his arm.
Literally, what I was going to say.
Literally.
They are swinging off your arms. Yeah.
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 Zerga's probably, you know, kind of not. Well, how do I explain it? She's certainly looking at you, like maybe in admiration a little bit, you know, or impressiveness, respect, that kind of thing. But yeah.
We're going to play hide and seek.
Oh yeah.
Hide and seek with a stealth build.
Yeah, boy.
Right. So the others do join up with you. After a while.
Did we get anything from the guards?
They're going to the guards first, presumably.
Oh, did you go? Oh, you actually went. Okay. Yeah. So obviously you go to the captain of the guard, who is a. I will tell
you. Immediately have that to memory for me.
Is a female half-orc called Wovarm, and she will basically say to you, "Well, you know, thanks. We'll take this in. We haven't heard of anything yet, but what we can do is we can go to the places we would sort of expect. You know, the pipe smokers we kind of know, and see if they're missing anything.
Told you.
They will basically go and have a look, basically. If anyone claims it. If they don't claim it, then what they can do is they can give it to the Tracker Emporium, who can, you know, do whatever they need to.
See, I told you. All works out in the end. Well, we appreciate you here, and I guess some of us slightly hope it comes back to us, but if it doesn't, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not a problem. So she'll do that for you. That much of an issue. So then, yeah, and then you can meet up with everybody else.
They're gonna ask around some smoking places and see, but if no one claims it, they'll give it back to us somehow.
Oh, yeah.
I see you there. I found you. I'm still
given the mission was successful, so go to the Emporium to collect our bounty reward and potentially get and do Tracker Emporiums do bounty things? Do
Yeah.
they show bounty?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
them.
we can get another
Yep.
bounty from there.
Potentially get one there.
Before- I was just going to say, before we leave the orphanage, I want to go to, what was the eldest's name? The one
Serga.
with attitude?
Serga.
Serga. Right, I'm going to go up to Serga. And I'm just going to say,
Hey, kid. Did you take care of everybody while we did our business?
Yeah, definitely. I did my part.
Good. Good.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Who knows? Maybe in some years' time, I'll be on that leaderboard.
Maybe. And in that regard, everyone has to start with something.
and I give her my sling.
Okay.
Oh god, what do we do then?
She when you give her the sling, she kind of like wraps it, twists it like tightly, and just like, yeah, okay. She like yanks it, like she's trying to garrote someone.
If I find that you have hurt any of your fellow orphans, I will be back.
And you'll be charged with assault, assisted assault.
Yeah.
Providing a deadly weapon.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's fine. Anything else you want to do before you leave here?
I will say during that little bit of conversation, Thordas is doing a thing where he's sort of just like doing push-ups with a few kids on the back, on his back, just doing that with the kids just moving up and down.
Yeah, you probably get quite a few of them on there, to be fair, because they are pretty. A lot of them are pretty light.
Yeah.
So, which obviously, they are very excited about because you got a lot of area,
Mhm.
you know, as well. So, yeah. But yeah, cool. All right then.
Hrugguhl keeps playing and is like one of the last ones to leave.
Okay, let's all go to the Emporium.
You do actually find one of the kids, goes to you. So which one have we got? The female dwarf Gertle, who's about 7, goes up to you, Hrugguhl, and go, "You're not that bad."
Not that bad either. Oh, wait, what's that behind your ear? I'm going to, and I pull a copper from behind her ear, and I hand it to her. And I
Like, yay! I'm not going to make you roll performance and ruin that whole moment, so it's fine.
sleight of hand, please.
Yeah,
give me
okay,
something
so-
I can have a chance of doing.
So it's all right. I won't make you roll for it. But yeah, she's very, very, very happy by that.
I hand it to her.
How can you make infinite coins like that? Teach me.
You'll be there for a while if you
Would
do
it-
your coppers.
Thordas, we're going to have a conversation.
About what?
Come on,
What do you
come
mean?
with me.
Magic's real.
Yes, magic is real, but it doesn't. Just come on, not in front of the children.
What?
Right, on the way to the Tracker Emporium. So, Tracker Emporium, Stiletto, which you've not been to yet. When you enter this place, you find that it's decorated as sort of different colours of fabrics and flowers. You know, it's got this sort of air of elegance to it, and the fabric sort of covers all the walls, the ceilings, even the floor to an extent, just to give everything a bit of a colour, so it's not just all stone and wood. And even the fixtures as well. So, like, even on the shelves, you've got little bits of cloth where everything is sitting on the little pedestals that actually have magic items on. Again, they've draped them with cloth to again make them look a little bit more fancy. Behind the counter, you've got a female human who's sort of holding herself up, kind of very back straight, very, very, very sort of high posture. Ah, welcome. But what can I do for you?
We're here to turn in a bounty we just completed.
Ah, fantastic. And can I have your team name, please?
Thieves of Crisia?
Fantastic. Yes, the Hammer of Thunder, correct?
Mhm.
And it says here you've done the you can't handle the tooth. Yes?
Thordas just tries his best to hold his laugh. Yep, that one.
Excellent, excellent. So yes, that's all been approved. So you will get the bounty reward of 20 gold. So you can add that to your funds, and you all get
Each?
no. 300 XP.
Each?
No. Yes, each.
Yeah.
Each.
What?
Yeah. So that should push you into level 3. So you will you will level up to level 3. Which is all good. We can sort all the specifics of that stuff later. Obviously you can update your sheets in the meantime. So what would you like to do? Would you like to peruse the bounty board? Or would you like to do so at a later date?
Let's take a look now.
Agreed.
Very well. She will show you the bounty board as it currently stands. So this time you've got 5 bounties to pick from. So, and I'll go rattle them off. So you have Bone to Pick, Morning Wood, Cave of Wonders, Selective Memory, and You're Having a Laugh.
Ooh, lots of options.
Yes, lots of options.
Lots of options.
Now, the interesting thing here, obviously, only one of these are actually in even in Veli at all. The other 4 are all in Bran, a continent you've not gone to yet. Morningwood, Ravan's actually pretty close, to be fair. But, yes. So, obviously, as I'm sure you'll ask, she'll go into a bit of a rundown for them. She'll explain to you that for the bone to pick, apparently this famous author wants a quill made out of a specific demon spawn's bones. She wants you to get the bones for her.
Grim.
Yeah. Morningwood is basically it's a bunch of lumberjack company in Ravan, and basically while they're chopping down trees, some of those trees are fighting back, and they need help disposing of those so they can carry on their business. Cave of Wonders. You've basically got a guy who's looking for treasure in a cave, but it seems to be full of demon spawn, so he wants someone to help him get the treasure and obviously deal with the demon spawn as they arise. Selective Memory. Basically, they're getting people in that have been losing their memories, but it's like a bit too regular for it to be a coincidence. They feel like there's something going on there, like something's, I don't know, messing with them somehow. And You're Having a Laugh is this woman's husband has basically not been able to stop laughing. They don't know why. It's not medical. There's nothing physically wrong with him, so they feel again there's something potentially at play here. So those are your options.
Would we know how we would get to Bran?
Yes. So in Pelia, so here, if you go to Pelia, which is sort of, you have to go from where you are to Corinth, and then obviously there, you can get ferries there, or hover ships, as they call them, to Bran. So that's pretty much the main way without the trackaway, that is the main way of getting over there.
Yeah.
So that's how you would do it. It takes about 2 days. To get over there.
And how much does it cost?
Cost-wise, I think I've put it to 10 gold a person.
In that case, I think we should pick the closest. It's already nearby, and it'll be. Otherwise, we're spending more money to get to the place than we are to actually earn.
I sent the list to Dom, and his vote was sort of Cave of Wonders, or at least that was the one he thought looked interesting.
Okay.
But obviously, you guys can go whatever.
So, opportunity cost is we got 5 of us, so 50 gold at minimum to get there.
Plus all the coaches.
Plus, it's 10 gold a day, 5 gold a day.
10.
10 gold a day to get the 10 gold a day plus 10 gold per person to get to South Valley in the
I
first
think we're
place.
spending at least 60, 70
Sorry,
gold
Saffron.
to get there. Realistically, minimum 70. To gain, best case, 60.
But I mean, we will get paid soon.
But we get that regardless of what we pick.
That's true, but it will give us a teleportation ability on that side of the continent.
Which we also can't afford.
Yet, but it's certainly certainly potential. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a clear cut no. We can't do it.
There's definitely some reasons to do it. And they are at least grouped.
It's the sort of thing, are we going to be planning on going back to HQ anytime soon? Because we're just waiting for the info on the autopsy of the beast.
I mean, they were willing to teleport us wherever we needed to go before, so I don't think it matters too much if they need to teleport us from anywhere else, because they'll likely do it anyway.
Mm.
So I wouldn't worry too much about that side of things if they had to go back or not.
It's just the issue with the cave. We don't know how dark it is, and how many of us don't have dark vision.
2, I believe.
How many?
They're both caves, right?
Yeah, well, all the South Bron is cavernous. But you will know, as Astra would know, the caves are illuminated by natural plant life.
Mm-hmm.
The only things that aren't illuminated, typically, because there's like a main path, quote unquote, that all the routes that people take, and those tend to be well illuminated. It's when you start veering off those into sort of other offshoots, that's when the illumination isn't always there. And that's usually where the demons spawn and thingies live, is those little offshoots. Yeah, traveling isn't so much of an issue for dark vision. It's more, if you start going into what's likely this cave of wonders, you're probably, it's not necessarily a given it's going to be illuminated. It might be, but it might not be.
Do I know of Laroon? Wait, no. Sorry,
No.
Lemna or Zinica?
Would you know? I don't think you're that well travelled, though, are you? In South
I
Bron?
kind of left my spot, went straight to Trackers.
Yeah. So I don't
know if I'd passed through or not.
No, so from where you're from to the port town, there's nothing in between. You could have easily have straight shot that. So yeah, you wouldn't have necessarily seen any of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone the long way around.
No. Yeah, and like I said, I don't think you would have had any really opportunity to deal with anybody else. But yeah.
Which one is closer out of those two?
It looks like Lemina is.
So was
the
it we would
closest.
go from Pelia to Juro and then...
Yes, yeah, I was going to say that, yeah. Pelia to Juro is the way that would work.
Then we have to follow the tunnels, basically.
Oh, is it all tunnels? Over
Yeah,
there?
it's one.
Oh.
Realistically, what we can do, because it will be a quick buck, is go to Ravenon, get that 30, and then if by chance we don't have to go back, then we can go to South Barn, because that 30 gold, how much? It's
So
about
let's see. So yeah, the Nitilo
One
to
day.
Ravan is about 24 hours on foot. But obviously, yeah, if you're taking your horses, then it's obviously a lot less than that. You could probably even do it in a day, if you like sped up your went at a fast pace with the horses. You could get that done in a day.
So
If you left in the morning, you'd be there in the evening.
that will be
It's about 8 hours.
Yeah, we could leave tomorrow
roughly
morning.
guaranteed just a little under 20 gold if we stay there for the night. And handle it within a day.
Yeah, because what day is it at the moment? It is on 14th of December. So you're on a Saturday. So you're getting paid in 2 days as well. So that'll be another 35.
Yeah. It'll be a bit more expensive than if we want to go to South Baran then, but then at least we'll have a bit more. By the time we get there, we'll have that coin, plus we'll have the extra from when we get paid.
I mean, being how close as well we are, there is the possibility we can get this bounty done before someone takes the other ones.
Yeah. True,
Mhm.
because no matter what, our next thing can be to go to South Barn and then at least have some sort of fast travel there. So if we need to go there later, we could just.
I mean,
Yeah.
the final circle over there, right?
Mhm.
Maybe they'd do us a solid with a little telly.
I doubt it.
You're not members of them, so
Nah.
no. But yeah, obviously, I'll also point out, with this bounty, especially the one in Ravan. I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward.
I mean, what's
There's
the-
a thing.
what's
Go
the
kill the
thing
thing.
again?
Is taking care of a tree that.
Yeah, it's the trees that are fighting back. I'll take you back to the bounty board. So again, they're like lumberjacks. They're like these are the guys that are basically supplying wood to the all of Crisia.
We'll be helping a
trees.
town heroic.
So they obviously are chopping trees, and those trees are fighting back, which obviously must be.
We're helping a whole town of people. We're not just getting some special thing for a rich person.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm on board with the plan. Go to Ravarn. If we do our job good enough, we'd be quick enough to potentially see if any of these are available to be picked up again.
And potentially, maybe not, we might get a rank up and get more coins. Just depends on if this thing will rank up our
We might be ranked up already. It just doesn't come through yet.
Well, the points you get awarded straight when you hand them in. And I will say, if you inquire about it, your rank has not changed.
Actually.
So we could potentially do that, go there, get the link to there, and then complete this bounty, potentially level up before the Monday to then get a bit more money. Then we can go to South Barn if we are not called back.
I mean, I was on board with the efficient plan last time, and Thordas, that's an efficient plan again. That's my vote.
That seems pretty unanimous.
Let us go cut some trees.
Yeah.
This is where I should have kept my great axe.
you are, yeah. Let's hope these things aren't weak to axes. Right. So yeah, she registers you for it. Very good. Very good. Well, I wish you all the best in your endeavor.
Thank you.
Can I stay behind?
Sure.
Yeah, can we
So
check
we
out
probably wouldn't.
Can we check out the items first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can send you the items. So magic item wise, two of those. Well, I think they're all a bit out of your budget. Because two of them are legendary. There's an uncommon item for 600, which I think again is out of budget.
Yeah.
But it's robe of useful items, which is actually quite cool. But otherwise, yeah, you've got like backpack, a flask of oil, climber's kit, hunter's trap, and a priest pack. So
Well, oil flask might be handy. If we're
Yeah,
get
I was
wood.
about to say the same, especially against trees.
It's just
Yeah,
the
if you wanna
one,
buy
or is
some-
it? Or is it? Yeah, the minis.
So- you can get as many. Yeah, I mean they for the smaller stuff, they stock numerous of. So you can basically buy as many. Well,
yeah,
realistically,
we'll get 10. It's a gold's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, they'll do that.
I've got some already. Maybe best you have the rest.
We'll spread
Yeah,
out as
then.
we need to.
I guess we'll need to rest up for the night, then leave in the morning.
I mean, it's not that late. I mean, it's only, what, about 4 p.m.?
But we wouldn't be able to get there in a day, would we?
Well, it's about 8 hours of travel.
Yeah, so 4 p.m.
So, oh, well, I say 8 hours of travel. It's 8 hours of travel if you gun it with the horses.
So that would be, yeah.
So it's up to you, really. You're probably actually looking at the same cost-wise, because they'll probably charge you a day no matter what you do.
Yeah.
The only difference is by leaving now, is you're not paying for.
In that case, we'll leave.
Yeah, we can start the morning fresh and go and running.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
haven't really done anything straining, so we should be fine.
I mean, I've been spending his bardic inspirations here, right, and everywhere.
As I said, the important people haven't done anything that straight.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Just go to my corner now and cry.
While we walk down, I'll walk alongside Astra.
Before I leave, before I
you go
leave,
first.
I am gonna go whisper to the owner of the Tracker Emporium. I will direct message you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You can carry on, Cameron.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Boy.
I say.
Is this going to be a problem for you at all, dealing with sentient trees?
Well, we'll see what happens. If it's actual trees, we'll see. It is our job to protect the people, and we know that if these are corrupted trees, then the best case is to still put it out of its misery in the net, and how that happens, we'll see.
Do I see any hesitation in your voice and the way you're acting, or do I think you're being fairly straight?
It's fairly straight.
Oh,
It's like it's the task, right? The task is to
yeah.
like the hard line is these are corrupted, and that's
Okay.
like we know largely corrupted things aren't savable overall. So it, and we don't know how they do the trees. If it's like a regenerative like tree cutting practice, like they look after the land, then it's not like it's harmful. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If they treat the land well overall. If it's like the strip mining everything, and it's like, oh, okay, these are bad people, then it's like, okay, different question. But we don't know that until we get there.
Yeah, no, true.
Okay.
Right. We'll go to Sebastian's conversation, because I think based on what he's told me, I think it's actually better to speak it out. Yes. Is there anything I can help you with further, little one?
I quickly look around to make sure they've all left.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're out of the building. I'll say that much.
Yeah. I'm happy to do a perception check. I want to make sure that Hrugguhl's not listening.
Is Hrugguhl listening?
Not currently. He hasn't noticed yet that you can stay behind.
Okay. We can. Well, that's what your passive perception's for, I suppose. If they decide to listen later, right?
What is the issue these people have with bugbears?
Oh, you're not aware? Your friend didn't tell you?
My friend did not tell me. I don't know if he knows. He might know. I wish to know.
I'm sure he does know, but basically, close to this town, there is a settlement that has various goblinoids living there. It's where they've kind of collectively congregated, and now, I don't feel like this, obviously, but some people are a bit on edge that they live so close to a demon folk settlement. I would imagine your friend, whether he is or doesn't, people would believe that he's from there. It's a place called Jaloop.
Jaloop.
Yes. Jaloop. Jalloop.
OOP. I did a U.
So they have sort of like goblins, bugbears, hobgoblins, that kind of thing.
And the people here simply have a problem because they are close.
Pretty much. They're a bit uneasy. And, it's not unheard of that's, we get goblins every now and again causing problems for the guards.
I see.
But from what I've heard, they're mostly pranks rather than anything too malicious. But you know how people are.
Things scale out of control by word of mouth.
Exactly, yes. But, some folks are a bit more wise to hearsay.
Good. That is nice to hear. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Just going to take that with me. Out the door.
I'm surprised you didn't ask Hrugguhl.
I don't want to ask Hrugguhl.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not surprised that he didn't ask Hrugguhl.
Well, at least ask whether Hrugguhl would have answered him, That's very
Yeah.
different. But,
That's why I
Oh.
didn't want to ask Hrugguhl.
yeah. Is there anything else you want to do here, or are you just going to get horses and go?
Yeah, just
Let's
get
go.
horses.
Yeah, just get the horses.
Mhm.
All right. Are you going to gun it with them?
No, we will. What's it? It's we're gonna have to stop overnight, no matter what. We're not gonna.
Yes.
It's not safe to go to it, so we'll just travel relatively normally.
Yeah, we just want to try and keep it so that we're still within the day of renting it.
You'll get to about here. When you have to camp for the night, you're able obviously to camp without much of a problem. Those of you on watch, we'll say Astra and Hrugguhl during your sort of shift, because I know that you've got someone accompanying Astra at any given time. You obviously again see creatures throughout the night. One of them sort of piques your interest. You see, like, it seems to be this sort of demon spawn, red dragonborn. You can see that the corruption has sort of enhanced his sort of draconic features. Like his mouth is a lot more sort of spiky. His jaws, his teeth are a lot bigger, and so on. His claws are a lot bigger. He also has one sort of singular red wing, which dragonborn don't normally have. They don't normally actually have wings, but it has sort of one sort of wing coming out the left-hand side. But it seems to be just like walking 5 dogs. Obviously, those are corrupted as well. So they are like covered in red scales, kind of actually similar to him. But the weird thing is they all have like the same face he does. So they've all got like a dragonborn face. The weirder thing on top of that is they all seem to have pulled exactly the same facial expressions at the same time. So if like the guy yawns, the dogs yawn at the same time in the same motion. It's almost like synchronized. It's well weird.
Do they see us, or
They seem to be just minding their own business, probably some kind of like midnight stroll. They don't seem to have noticed you, unless you obviously called out to them. But
Hive mind pets. Hive mind pets, people.
but yeah, that's one of the things you see as you sort of like, I don't know, takes you sort of notice more because you thought it was a bit weird. Maybe you hit the next day.
Are we on a carriage, or is it individual horses?
No, it's a carriage. It's carriage pulled by two draft horses.
I will be bothering everyone in the background with the lyrics to the next song for the Seeds of Crisia, which I will type out instead of taking up this lovely amount of time.
God.
Yes.
Can I do a wisdom save and throw to see if Thordas jumps off?
I think that'd be a charisma save, really, if you can withstand the.
Oh no,
sheer
yeah, I
might
have to
of
be
this.
stupid enough to.
Intelligence it is.
So assuming you're carrying on, you will eventually reach Hrugguhl. So this place is a village, so it's obviously much smaller than your standard town. I'm assuming you're doing your usual. You're going into the center and finding out what's here.
Mhm.
Yep.
So here is the church, which is a Riadonian church. A tavern called Paradise Corner. A smith. Where's the smith? Oh, interestingly, the smith here is a master smith called Whoppit One. The apothecary is called Many Potions, Many Poisons. The Tracker Emporium is called Rough and Tumbler. And because you're probably going to ask, they do actually have the sort of office that the lumberjacks are at, which is called Chop Chop. Because of course.
Oh, I love that.
So, where would you like to go?
I guess we start with the church.
Yeah, the usual connect.
Yep. There you go, to the church. So yeah, Riadonian church. So this church is decorated completely in flowers. Like, it smells like a meadow in here. There are no benches. People just sort of sit in a floor that is a sea of flowers. You actually find some butterflies in here, like, going to all the flowers. So you probably could surmise that these are actually real. They're not fake. They're actually real planted flowers that they've put in here. Like I said, it smells lovely. When you come in, they serve you a refreshing fruity cocktail. The head priest is a male elf called Seric, which you will find out they refer to as Seric the cleric.
I'm disconnecting my thing and I'm leaving. I'm not gonna talk to this fucker. Once he says that, Thordas is gonna go connect his thing and then leave. He's not gonna listen to anything he's saying.
If he introduces himself as Seric the cleric, I will literally look at him just like,
You are a master of words.
He's an
You were made for this role.
No,
Your
he
parents will be
wasn't.
so proud.
No.
I mean, I don't know whether you're actually going to talk to him, but obviously you can register here, no problem. Are you going to talk to him, or passing conversation?
I kind of want to talk to Seric the cleric.
Thordas is just. Thordas will remember this. His friendship level with you is going to decrease if you speak to that man.
Thordas will remember this, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can speak to Seric the cleric. He goes, hey, how's it going?
Thordas is not a religious man. He is going to be even less of a religious man.
Yeah.
This is a very beautiful church.
Oh, thanks, mate. We mate, take pride in it. We take pride in it.
How do
Have you had
keep
one of the
flowers?
Have you had one of the? Yeah. Have you had one of the cocktails?
It's very good.
No.
I
I will take one.
Yeah. Really nice.
How do you keep the flowers so alive when you are within walls?
We water them.
What about sunlight?
We have windows.
But there's not that many windows in this building, is there?
Yeah. It's a church. We make sure there's loads of windows.
I'm looking around and I'm kind of thinking,
Plus, there's spells for that.
That makes more sense. Okay. Well, it's a very beautiful church. Keep it well.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, you're welcome anytime. I don't know if you are a practicing Riadonian.
I am in between religions, you could say.
Fair. No problem. Well, is there anything I can help you with, or anything you want to know?
I am very curious.
why can't I find the bounty notes? Guys, I can't find them. I'm lost. Help me, please.
I'll paste you the piece, the the scroll.
Yes, yeah, please.
I was wondering if you know anything about the tree problem.
What about him?
There is seemingly an array of trees that are not getting chopped properly, defending themselves.
I don't know. I just work here. Well, I work here. I sort out the masses. I don't get involved in, that business. You're better off talking to the lumberjack people.
That is a fair point. But no one has come in praying for anything in particular, no specific characters.
Well, people's prayers are their business.
Actually, that I can respect. That is nice to hear from a judge.
Don't know what churches you've been to, but this one's do things properly.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. The cocktails, that's a real swinger for me.
Can I have a
Well,
second?
Yeah. We got plenty.
Thank you, guys.
Think of the kids. Take it easy. Is there anything else?
No, that was pretty much it. We don't have any scripture or anything about the times of the overthrowers or anything like that.
Oh no, don't worry.
Tales
about
of
the past.
Riordan.
Well, obviously, there's always stories of Riordan and his awesomeness, and his arrows that strike true, and this, that, and that kind of thing. But no, we don't talk too much about the past, otherwise people don't enjoy the future.
That is not a terrible ideal. That is plenty. Thank you, Ceric, the cleric.
Oh, thank you.
Great name. Great.
Oh,
Thank you.
well, people started calling me that, so thought, well, sure, why not?
You
Who would have
are
thought,
a
right?
man
Like, your parents
who
called me
is-
Ceric and I end up being, cleric. It's just what are the odds?
That is destiny, mi amigo.
Indeed.
I live.
After we leave, I sort of assemble the group and go, right. So, seeing as we've managed to get a bit more funding, I don't know if it would be possible to arrange any more weapon upgrades from Hammer of Thunder to be perhaps sent down here. But if there was, Sebastian and Astra, the rest of us have already had some upgrades financially. I feel like it's only fair if you two get anything that you'd like.
Well, we got a Master Smith here. Let's just see what they can do, and see if it's worth anything we can offer. Anything they can offer us.
Though we'd possibly get a discount if we got it from Hammer of Thunder.
Yeah, from Master Smith.
Sent down.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what they can do.
Yes,
No, they do.
it is dependent on what they are capable of.
So you're going to the Master Smith, yeah?
Yep.
Right then. So, Master Smith. So, when you enter the store, you find that this store is filled with numerous mechanical devices that sort of whir and hum. Little steampunk kind of going on here. But you sort of have a look at these sort of little devices, they don't really do anything, or at least you can't see that they do anything. So either they're for show, or you just can't really conceptualize what it does. Like the cog just turns, it doesn't do anything. What are you doing? But the place is run by a male halfling. Hiya.
Aha! We heard you were a Master Smith, and we are just wondering what you offer the kind denizens of this place with your masterworks. We are a tracker group. We're curious to see what if you have what we might be interested in.
We are the Seeds of Crisia, up and coming, very, very capable.
That's good. It's good. I can never have too many trackers. Well, my name is Wop. As store, as like the name of the store. So sort of the thing that I got my Master Smith qualifications for is I obviously customize gear in sort of various different ways. So, for example, I can make double-edged weapons. So if you wanted a sword, a thing with swords on both ends, I can make that for you. Or I can make custom armor, so your gear can clip onto your armor without having to use a scabbard. I can also make bit changes to weapons. So, for example, if you wanted a weapon that would say deals more than one type of damage, I can kind of do that as well. So, say for example, I don't know, you want to use a maul, for example, like a big hammer. Well, I can make one side bladed, so you can either hit with the bladed side or the flat side, and so on and so forth. So, like, same thing with a sword. I can make a sword so it's, maybe more pointy at one end, so you can either stab with it or slash with it, or has a sort of thing on the bottom that you can hit someone with, whatever you want.
Interesting.
That's definitely something to keep in mind.
You're a bit of an inventor, would you say?
Yes. Oh, yes. This is kind of how I got my certification. I've always wanted to fuse things together, make things work, make things, I love to tinker with things, find out how, make things more efficient, as it were. Like, why put your sword in a scabbard when you can just simply pop it off? Saves you having to spend all that time pulling it away and putting it back.
May I ask what this stuff is? And I point to-
It's my little gizmos.
May I ask what they do? I'm not sure I fully understand.
Oh, don't worry yourselves about it. It's they just do stuff.
I have a vision.
Hmm.
Senor One. For an instrument that is not just one instrument, but is two instruments. Is that something you could possibly do?
I mean, I don't normally make instruments, but I suppose if it's... I could certainly try. Might take me a while, but because again, it's not what I normally do. I'd have to do a bit of studying to figure out how these things work, but I can try. What do you have in mind?
Well, I have these.
And I get out my bird pipes.
Mhm.
Like,
These are quite dear to me, so this is not something I could part with. But, and I am not necessarily comfortable with taking it out in dangerous situations where it could get damaged. This, however,
and I get out my loot.
I can, but I enjoy the capabilities of my bird pipes. I'm wondering if you could combine bird pipes with the lute so that I could play both instruments at the same time.
Now, I know you said you don't want to give, you don't want to use those. You don't want to put your ones together. But would you be willing to leave them with me for a bit?
I'm
So I
willing
can,
to
like,
leave them.
just so I can, figure out how they work, Otherwise I have to try and find some.
For a few hours today, I can come back later.
How long are you in town? How long are you in the village for?
Senor leader, how long are we in the village for?
How long will we need to be?
However long we need to be.
Well, if you can give me the rest of today, I should at least figure out enough to write down, my notes about it, because I won't need them the whole time. As long as I can write down, this is how it works, and so on and so forth, then you can have them back.
See, let us do that.
But I have a rudimentary idea. Whether it works, I don't know until I study these instruments.
Of course. I will leave it with you for your entertainment.
Thank you. Fee-wise, though,
See,
I don't know how much do loots cost? Do we know?
Hoping
Probably
not
don't.
much. Fucking musicians.
I know.
dang it.
It's not a typical thing.
I was going to add a third instrument in there, but I thought probably best to leave that out.
All right. Oh, I've got your bird pipes down as 12 gold, and I don't actually have a loot for you in your inventory. Which is interesting.
Unless did it get smashed?
Don't know.
In my backpack?
No, I haven't got loot in here, but I'll go digging for a loot.
I found the price
Oh, for a loot?
for a loot.
How much is a loot?
35 gold.
35.
Jesus.
So 35 plus the 10, so that's 47. So he will charge you about 55.
55.
Let me just discuss with my financial advisor.
Hmm.
Later, how are we doing with the money? Is that too much? I feel like it's too much. This is very much a bit of a whim for me. I'm just curious at his inventing prowess.
So, what are you going to get out of this?
Well, I cannot hold bird pipes while I hold a lute, but if I could somehow play both at the same time, I can make more intrinsic music with each other.
Here's the question: how would you be able to play it at the same time?
Well, I'm picturing like a... Got the
We're not going down that road yet. How will this aid your ability to the team?
No, probably not. It's entirely flashy.
Okay.
Maybe.
All you just hear is a loud slap on the forehead as Thordas is like, oh dear god.
Okay.
Not even gonna swing the thing.
Okay. So, how about we make this deal, Sebastian? Maybe it's not a right now thing, but it is a thing.
See.
A thing I promise you will be able to buy. Maybe when we get more than that amount of money in a week.
That is fair. That makes sense.
What about getting like
I
my
agree
hip
with you.
flask attached to my glaive? Gonna get me swing that one?
No,
You've already had your magic item.
afraid not. Agata.
Is there anything you want, Astra?
I mean, for the most part, I'm going to be changed into animals, so.
As you wish. But the money.
I tell a lie.
yours,
I've got a
right?
shawm, not a lute. Ignore me entirely. But I would like a lute combined with bird flute.
That's a lot cheaper.
I know it's a lot cheaper, so it's not worth the point.
There's a swarm look like swarm.
Shawm, it's like a big ass flute, like a snake
Oh,
charm that's kind of.
right.
I think
Well,
for
he'll
now
know
it's
what it
best
is. Yeah.
we pin. We got this place. We got another master smith.
It was just a curiosity. If it was something that he was given to. Senor Rob.
Yeah.
We cannot afford it at this time. For something that is not necessarily something that is going to improve my capability. But I will come back because I feel like this is an interesting project both and for me.
You've certainly piqued my interest. So yes, I hope you do come back.
See, mine as well.
All the best to you.
Gracias.
Where do you want to go next?
Guess
So,
we better chop
Hrugguhl-
chop to the chop.
Let's chop.
Hrugguhl remembers. How much was the price to upgrade Hammer of Thunder? Upgrade a dagger to +1. I can't remember. Was it 150? 150. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because it's they have to make it magical. That's where a lot of the extra
Yeah.
price comes in.
Yeah.
So if you had like a normal magic item, like a normal common magic item, and you wanted to make it a +1, it wouldn't be that expensive. But getting a non-magical item, that's where the money comes in. Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it for now.
Yeah, that's fine. So, you head to the place now. So yeah, you end up at this place. So it looks like you're a very standard-looking building. You see a couple of guys standing outside. They're not like guarding it or anything. They're just they probably just come out for some bit of fresh air. Very burly dudes with obviously woodcutter's axes. Pretty big, hefty ones as well. They don't really pay you any mind. They give you like sort of a like little nod, greeting you. But that's about it.
Not back.
Do you go inside?
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, when you go inside, there's a lot more of the similar type of people here. Some sort of random guy comes up to you and goes, "Can I help you, lads and lady?"
Yes, we are the thieves of Crisia, and we're here to help you with a bounty with your morning wood.
That's probably I'll get the boss for you.
I don't get it.
Thordas, I'll tell you when you're older.
It'll go away, and a male silver dragonborn greets you. Welcome. You are the Seeds of Crisia, I take it.
That's the ones.
Fantastic. So, come into my office. So it's quieter in there. So take you to his office. Pretty rudimentary office. Like it's somehow even less fancier than Merrick's. But the wood's good. Wood's nice, at least. So it's pretty straightforward. Our problem. We are Chop. That's the name of my little company, and we basically chop trees down to get the wood needed for pretty much all of Crisia. And as you haven't noticed, not many other regions really have suitable trees. The only other place that really has trees is North Valley, and while their trees are they're not really fit for purpose. So what we do is we go up to the Forest of Shade, because that's where the most dense trees are, and the sturdier trees are. We chop some trees and then bring the wood back for processing, and then it gets shipped out to Stren, which it then is distributed to, where it needs to get to. But we've been having problems for a good month of some of the trees and plant life kind of returning fire, as it were, and attacking us. Now, fortunately, they only seem to really be active in the afternoon. So we kind of have to do as much as we can in the morning, which, we've got enough of a reserve so that people aren't really being impacted. But if we keep going like this, there will be a wood shortage in the realm.
And how would you describe your tree gathering methods? Do you try to look after the ground after you've chopped down a tree? How do you ensure what could have happened that the creatures there might be angry at? Is there anything that's been going on?
I mean, I don't know how these demon spawn think. Now, I mean, before this all started happening, we would plant trees to replace the ones that we cut. However, because of our limited time frame and the sheer danger of it, we haven't actually been able to do that much, because we have to use all the time we have to just get as much wood as we can. Sort of all hands on deck kind of situation.
That is only since the attacks. Before the attacks, you would plant trees to replace the ones that you cut down. And since the attacks, you were unable to plant new trees.
Correct. I mean, I don't know how much you know of this area, but
I know quite well.
Next to nothing.
Fair enough. Well, the Forest of Shade is a very dense part of South Valley, where the trees are so big, so all-encompassing, they basically block out the sun. While you're in the forest, you can't really tell whether it's day or night. It's just perpetual darkness. The problem with that is a lot of demon spawn call it home, and people don't go there because of how dangerous it is. So there was always going to be a risk for us going there, but it's the place with the most dense trees, and those are stronger trees than the standard stuff you get around South Valley, so it's the best place to go. And then we figured, as long as we stayed relatively on the outskirts, we didn't venture too far in, we'd be fine. But apparently, I don't know, apparently not the case.
Is there a particular... You say about not venturing too far in. Do you know how many trees you got to? Like how many you have cut down? Do you have any idea if you've got to a certain point where perhaps What once was in darkness and shade is now in light.
We go through so much, it's hard to sort of keep count, but sure, there's always going to be an element of, you know, where we've cut it down and it hasn't grown a new one, that it's not going to be as dark in those areas.
Can you give me a general percentage of how much of the forest you think you've taken away?
I have no idea because I don't know how big the Forest of Shade is. Nobody goes in there. No one's catalogued it.
Good point.
But what is your quota? What do you do? How much? Just on the rough trees you are getting now.
So we normally need to get about 10 a day. But you have to remember, like, there's probably as many trees in this place as there are Crisians. So 10 a day is not really, you know, much in the grand scheme of things.
Well, to you, maybe.
And plus, we have been doing this for years, you know. So the idea is when the new ones grow, well, we cut those. So it's like a, you know, we're probably kind of now in a sort of, well, we were anyway, in a sort of phase where we weren't going any further in. Because by the time we got there, we kind of had, you know, the ones that had grown had been sorted.
Of the ones that you have grown, how did you plant them? Was there any magic used in helping them grow? Any special seeds? Any
Well, we obviously
specific
got the
saplings?
I mean, we got the seeds obviously from the trees. We didn't really do anything special with them. I mean, we're not that magically inclined.
The trees appear the same as the ones deeper that you haven't cut.
I mean,
You
it's
didn't plant.
the same seeds, right? So you'd like to think it's the same
but,
trees.
But to you, they seem the same. There's nothing different that you find between the ones you planted and the ones that were already there.
No, I mean, obviously the ones that we haven't touched at all are obviously much bigger and thicker and stuff, you know, because those have been there for, you know, who knows how long.
Sure.
Do you have any of these seeds with you now, as you have not planted any?
Yeah, we've got a stockpile.
Could we see some?
Sure.
Could we take some with us? They might prove useful. We'll return them if they're not used.
I can give you some. I wouldn't be comfortable giving you all of them.
3?
No, that's fine.
Would 3 be
Oh,
okay?
you want 3?
3.
Sure.
Tres?
So he'll come back with the sack. So it's a you know, it's a sort of pretty big sack, which he puts the seeds down. So he obviously shows you these seeds, that sort of sprawl out on the table.
I'm assuming they just look like...
They look like normal seeds.
They look like normal seeds. There's nothing
Yeah.
miraculously special about them. If I could take 10 minutes to cast Identify on one of the seeds, I'm just going to see if
Sure.
there's any magical properties. Do my thing.
Okay. Right, I mean,
Pearl spinning round. Come back.
You're convente.
is he all right? Because you've been doing this for like a few minutes.
11 minutes.
Is
Yeah, I'll be
is
doing
it
this for
right?
11 minutes.
He does.
Why-
I'll listen.
Have
Okay.
you considered well Sebastian thing? Have you considered not trying to take trees from that area?
What do you mean? What, like further? What, like in South Valley generally, or
Just
Somewhere
not,
else.
just not from that place. Just
I mean, we could do that. As we were saying, we kind of want to do this cycle because it disrupts less. And I know we're lumberjacks, but we have to be very mindful of nature. Now, we had to initially, many years ago, cut the actual main trees of the Forest of Shade, but now we're cycling on the trees that we ourselves have grown. If we have to then cut the other stuff, you know, you're getting rid of trees that are, you know, maybe thousands of years old.
but no. But you're saying that the weaker trees, the things that aren't the Forest of Shade.
Oh, but the general trees, we could, but then I guess we'd have to chop a lot more of that. You know, maybe even 3 times as much.
Well,
Because it's just not.
right?
It is, but again, we wouldn't be able to meet supply if we did that. Sorry, we wouldn't be able to meet demand if we did that. we would still end up with a wood shortage because there's only so much we can cut in a day. We only exactly got a line of people wanting to be lumberjacks.
No,
It's less damage taking care of something that you know you have control of, apart from then trying to start a whole new system again.
Yeah.
How about a hybrid approach? Just so, without going in to that place yet, to try and understand what's been going on, could it be on the cards that you take a little bit less and you redistribute your efforts for a little while? Is that on the cards at all? Not saying you have to do right yet, but
Yeah, I mean, if we were to do that, it wouldn't really fix the problem. If anything, our wood shortage would happen faster.
Well, you're
Because
currently
we
only
would-
able to get so many trees at a time now.
Well,
of the
I mean, at the
danger.
moment, yeah, well, because at the moment, instead of having the whole day, we only have about 6 hours between 6 a.m. and noon, roughly, to get as many trees as we can. We need to get as many of those trees as we possibly can, because if we replace those with the general South Valley trees, it's like cutting a third of a tree worth. So you just wouldn't get as much. Your problem would escalate much quicker. I mean, that's why we brought trackers in, to deal with the creatures that are attacking us, so that we can just carry on. We didn't think it was going to be this complicated.
Well, it's just the nature of things. It's not as cut as dry as you think. We need to prepare you for any and all eventuality, so that if what we find on the other side is appropriately able to be handled.
I mean, think of it this way. Imagine if we killed all the creatures, left, and then we come back and we find out, actually, every time you plant a new tree, you're creating a new creature, just as a hypothetical. Then we haven't solved the problem at all. So there may be avenues we have to go.
Then we would deal with that problem when that came. For now, I need this problem sorted.
And we will
If there's
investigate.
if another problem arises, then we will deal with that problem appropriately.
I think the best thing for us to do, just logically, is be with them for the day, observe what they do, and then obviously once it hits afternoon, when they leave, we can be there, and then we can see what happens. We can see if it's the newer trees that are being affected, or is it just random creatures pretending to be trees.
I think, do you have an exact time that you know that these creatures come out or become effectual?
It's usually around the afternoon. So give or take, about noonish.
I would perhaps recommend that perhaps we go with you for a morning, and then perhaps we stay a little later than you would usually try to. Just maybe with less of your workers, just us and you or a couple,
Well, there's
just
nothing.
to see how they interact.
We'll go with the Thordas plan. Just go up and hang out afterwards and see what's what.
Would you protect my workers if they're attacked?
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
You can leave. You can leave at the time you were always planning to leave. We'll stay behind to take a look at what's what.
Oh, I mean, we're done for the day now. We can't do much now. But tomorrow, we're usually there by 6, so we normally leave here about 5. So as long as you're
We can do that.
here by then,
Yeah.
it should be all right.
I'm going to need my beauty sleep. This is early for me.
Oh, we obviously take horses and carts to bring the wood back. Obviously, we don't carry that stuff. We put it in a wagon and bring it here. So, if you've got problems, you can get in one of those.
That is good to know. Tomorrow, then.
Tomorrow. Next time on Tracas of Crisia. How will the next day go? What will they find? And is it as straight cut as the requester is making out to be? Let's find out next time on Tracas of Crisia.